Brother Cadfael's first, best language was Welsh, and in tonight's story he gets a chance to revisit the land of his birth. But it's not a holiday, unfortunately. It's more like a scavenger hunt. Cadfael has been reluctantly persuaded to join his fellow monks on a mission to retrieve the bones of St. Winifred of Gwytherin. It would be one thing if the desire to dig up poor Winifred had sprung from a divine yearning, but it's fame and fortune the monks are really after. The relics of a saint were considered a surefire tourist attraction, since God was said to perform miracles in their presence. A morbid taste for bones indeed. But this ill-conceived venture runs aground as soon as the monks reach Wales. The Welsh don't particularly like the English, and they have no intention of relinquishing the remains of their most famous saint to a bunch of treasure hunters. Tempers get even hotter when the loudest objector is found with an arrow in his chest. As Cadfael soon realizes, if the murderer is not caught, there will be a number of monks leaving their bones behind in Wales. Brother Cadfael in A Morbid Taste for Bones. The Shrewsbury monks carried Winifred's bones back to their abbey in 1138. Shortly after, Prior Robert wrote her life story, which has been tactfully referred to as a tissue of improbabilities. According to this tissue, Winifred was a maiden who refused the advances of a prince named Caradoc. Enraged, the prince pursued her to the threshold of a church and cut off her head. A stream instantly sprang up, and Caradoc was swallowed into the earth he had defiled. Even more miraculous, Winifred's uncle, a saint in his own right, it ran in the family, set her head back in place, leaving only a slight scar. The traumatized lass spent her remaining years in various nunneries. Who could blame her? The cult of Winifred was at first fairly localized, but in 1415, the Archbishop of Canterbury raised her to a higher rank. This, combined with the construction of new roads, made Shrewsbury the destination of an increasing number of pilgrims, the most famous of whom was King Henry V, who arrived on foot. The stream which sprang from Winifred's murder site in a town renamed Holywell was quickly credited with numerous cures. Even a few Protestants were known to have benefited. The spring continued performing its miracles until 1917, when a local mining operation ran it dry. That's a parable in its own right, for the veneration of saints began to wane during the late Middle Ages, after reason and science were ushered in. But for many years, and particularly during Cadfael's time, men and women from all walks of life considered it their duty to make at least one lengthy pilgrimage. And that was quite a sacrifice, because it wasn't at all guaranteed that you'd ever make it home. I'm Diana Rigg. Good night.